Hey guys, so as the title states, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my Purple Tang that I had in this small 20 gallon tank over to my 100. And as you can see, he's been sitting here, and as you can tell, the water is cloudy, so you can't really see the fish as good as you would normally see, and this is why. He doesn't have any ick or anything like that. He's been in that tank for roughly 3 months, but I do have this ick attack that is reef safe, and it's a natural product, and I went ahead and added some to the water where I'm getting him ready to transfer over to the tank. And as you can see in a moment, I'm gonna go ahead and it is reef safe. I've done this lots of times. So there he goes. I don't mind it being in there. As you can see, this guy's already trying to figure out who the hell just came into the reef tank. He's a beautiful purple tang, and I do have another tang in here. It's a Caribbean yellow tang, and we got the fox face author there. So they're trying to figure out what's going on here and who's the new intruder. But so the guy's in there. This is what I'm gonna do to keep them from fighting. Usually these guys fight, and from my experience, it's always that usually the tangs fight each other because they're trying to fight over food or food limitations. But what I do is I just normally feed more. So in this case, I have a nori's that I've already added to the clip, and as you can see, I have another clip there. So we're gonna have a total of 2 algae clips in here, and once they see there's enough food, it gives them less reason to fight. So yeah, they might not get along for a day or two, but once they see there's more than enough food in here, it should be okay. I'll go ahead and give you guys an update in a few days, and hopefully his fins are not all jacked up from that guy, because that guy seems to be the one that's trying to welcome him the most. I have had this ick attack in the tank before, and I've dosed double the amount that it says there, and I had a bad outbreak. Well, it was a medium-sized outbreak. I had ick on 3 or 4 of the fish here, mostly the algae grazers. So that guy had lots of ick on him. The fox face. The good thing is this guy's also great at picking off some of the ick. And the Caribbean blue tang. And I blame this guy. See, that's my coral beauty. You know that they say about peckle fish, but that guy was a pretty good price, and I decided to go ahead and snag him and bring him home. And that guy ultimately is the one that brought the ick into the tank. And it was my fault. I should have quarantined. That I don't have a quarantine tank, but I was adding this, and that's with the corals. All the corals were in the tank at the moment, and I just recently beat it. I was waiting for no ick to be in the tank for me to go ahead and introduce him into this tank, because I didn't want them to be fighting and then have a bigger outbreak, and you know, I don't want to have any fish loss. But I'm not telling you this is the best product, but it definitely helps. This along with the conjunction of actual garlic. I will go grab garlic from the supermarket and chop it up into bite-sized pieces, and I will add it into the tank. And another good way to do it is if you make your own frozen food, go ahead and chop one and go ahead and put it into the mixture, and they will develop a tasting or a liking to the garlic once you introduce, or they've been eating it for a while. They'll go ahead, sometimes they just spit it out, but once they get used to it, you know, especially if you mix it in with their frozen food, they do get used to it and they go ahead and gobble it up. It's a great product. I know, you know, they really say there's no real way to get rid of ick in the tank, and I can tell you that this is definitely a product I will use. And it's made by Ick Attack, all natural, 100% natural herbal formula for fresh and saltwater fish. Cordon, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it definitely works. I believe I did it for a total of 1 month, so I did have to buy a few of these guys, but that along with the oh, and also I also used ground ginger. So if you really think what it does for you, ground ginger and garlic, and you apply that to these fish, it'll I have results. I didn't document any of it. I kind of wish I did. That time I didn't even think about adding any videos to YouTube, but it definitely helps. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave some comments. And there we go. I'll give you an update. Oh, there we go. He's finally out. I'll give you an update in a few days. Hopefully it all goes well. I really do believe that food is what causes them to fight the most. You know, of course, if they're algae grazers, they go ahead and fight over, you know, who wants to have enough food for themselves. So that's why I went ahead and bought another one of those little fishy algae clips. And I'm gonna be doing this until they get along. So it's nice. See, they're not fighting, which is good for now. It's only the cleaner wrasse that's trying to clean him up. Alright guys, well there we go. Beautiful fish. Well, there we go. So that's how I introduced him into the tank. I went ahead and used some of it just to prevent. In reality, he didn't have any egg, but why not? Why not just try to prevent? I know he didn't have no physical signs, but it always helps. So there we go. Thank you. Any comments? Please like, share, subscribe. I'll give you guys an update in a few days once he's all settled in, and hopefully they're not killing each other by then. But I really do believe this is the best way to do it. Just overfeed until they get used to each other, and you know, as long as they have enough food every day, then it works out. I do feed that automatic feeder there. I actually have to fill that in. There's not that much in there anymore, but it feeds them 4 times a day. So that, along with nori, and I do frozen a few times a week, keeps them pretty happy. Thank you.